What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Welcome to the RNEWS Evening Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics, Trump's gene comments, indistinguishable from Nazi rhetoric, expert on Holocaust says. That doesn't stop them from believing in master race stuff. They believe God made them the master race. That's the most aggravating thing. These people are too freaking stupid to even realize that. IIRC. The only white people in the Bible were the ones that killed Jesus. Absolute imbeciles. Edit. Thanks for the clarifications, y'all. I am by no means well versed in the Bible. Please forgive my ignorance. I behold the master race. Y'all Quader. Brunch Covidian. This state was pioneered by men and women who braved the wilderness and the winters to build a better life for themselves and for their families. They were tough. And they were strong. You have good genes. You know that, right? Mr. Trump said to applause from supporters. You have good genes. A lot of it's about the genes, isn't it? Don't you believe? The racehorse theory you think was so different. You have good genes in Minnesota. Yeah, that is definitely some Nazi crap. Could he have been more obvious that he was saying white people have a superior genetic makeup? Racehorse theory, yeah, that's supremacist rhetoric right there. This isn't even the first time. But what he meant was Republicans. We like a president who says what he means. And now, here's some spin doctor to explain how he didn't really mean what he said. Again, Trump supporters. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Humans wiped out 2/3 of the world's wildlife in 50 years. Drive your car across a state. In the 80s you'd need to stop to clean bugs off your windshield every now and then. Now there's almost none. At least 70% of bug life is gone in the US. That's crazy true. Last year in July I drove from Phoenix to Michigan and I don't think I had to clean my windshield once. Never thought about it until I read your comment. What do you mean? I just saw a squirrel outside my house today. Some congressman probably. Also, global warming. I had to wear a jacket today because it was chilly. What a farce. Quote. This might surprise some, but Australia leads the developed world for extinction rate. We're also the only developed country with a deforestation front. We've already lost 4 species of frogs, 22 species of birds, 34 mammals, including the pig-footed bandicoot. This is about the same number as the rest of the world combined over the past 200 years. 10 invertebrates, 3 reptiles, 38 plants, 1 species of seaweed, 1 fish, 1 species of earthworm. We're led by corrupt dumb C-word who care only for the interests of the mining industry lobby. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/News. Atomwaffen Division neo-Nazi group surfaces in Colorado Springs. I'll bet one guy's wife had to stay up all night making those masks and that you can't see crap out of them. Well, frick all y'all. I'm going home. You know, I watched my wife work all day getting 30 bags together for you ungrateful sons of B-words. And all I can hear is criticize, criticize, criticize. From now on, don't ask me or mine for nothing. It doesn't matter if you can't see, only if the horse can see. That's a rape. We all appreciate the effort that Daryl's wife went through. Well, if all we had to do was put a hole through a bag, could have done a better job myself. Now, I'm sure we all thought the masks were a nice idea. Isn't it crazy that in America some people essentially worship losers? Nazis and Confederacy are the first to come to mind. How many times are we gonna have to teach you this lesson, old man? Hey, look at all the cowards hiding their faces. Funny how masks aren't tyranny all of a sudden. Suddenly they can breathe in them. I will bet my life that at least 50% of these dudes have worked in the military or as some sort of law enforcement in the past. Use present tense. That's the other 50%. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Trump mocks RBG's dying wish and claims it was invented by Pelosi or Schumer. Asked about Justice Ginsburg's statement that was dictated to her granddaughter and later reported by NPR, the president told Fox News on Monday morning, I don't know that she said that. Or was that written out by Adam Schiff and Chuck Schumer and Pelosi? He added, I would be more inclined to the second. Frick this butthole. I have no other comments. Frick Trump. You can always count on him to be absolutely despicable in every situation. He either is an idiot and didn't see that it was her granddaughter that dictated the statement, or he knows she did and is creating a baseless lie to politicize a woman's dying wish. I'm going with the second option. If he had the opportunity to manipulate a dying woman's wish, he would. So he assumes that's what Democrats did. Why does he even care? He's going to do whatever he wants anyways, like he always has. He's just trying to discredit her dying wish as some political ploy so that anyone that may have wanted to respect her wishes will now disregard it. That, and he's just a butthole. I 1000% agree. And I have a half-sister that supports him. So it's been particularly difficult to come to this realization about my own family. He really is amazing. Every single time you think he has hit bottom, he proves you wrong. Trump is so low he needs to climb stairs to get in the basement. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Schumer announces plan to cancel up to $50,000 in student loan debt per student. He also said the student loan crisis will be one of the first legislative actions he will prioritize in the new 117th Congress come January of 2021. We need to improve access to education, including higher education, including financial accessibility. Great way to stimulate the economy. Millions of young people would rather buy homes, vehicles, and support the service industry instead kicking $500 minus $1,500 a month to Sally Mae. It's partly why now over half of all young adults in America live with their parents now. Nah, I'm pretty sure it's all that fancy toast we eat. I also have on good authority, I think it was a promotional reel from our friends at Beers, that us Gen Xers and Millennials are out to cancel the diamond engagement ring industry on account of their racist origins. Also needed to be taken into consideration is the fact that interest rate on the student loans are at close to 7%, 6.8% actual. Currently the Fed rate is 0.25 and mortgages are at around 3%. So it would be cheaper to take out a second mortgage to pay off my loans, and not everyone has that luxury. It's not right that you have a debt you can't discharge and you are forced to pay rates that are much higher than anything currently offered. Nice. I already paid mine, but I hope younger folks can get a break. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news, secret documents show North Korea laundering money through U.S. banks. Should be laundering money through big banks including U.S. banks. It is no secret North Korea are exporting questionable goods including slave workers. Whatever they get in return must go through some well-designed laundering scheme in order to use those dollars in bright light. One bank won't be able to pull it off. Thus a network that includes U.S. banks as nodes. No surprise. They didn't lay the pavement, they're just using the highway. The suspected laundering by North Korea-linked organizations amounted to more than $174.8 million over a period of several years. That doesn't seem like much money, to be honest. To put the number in perspective, $174 million as a percentage of the country's GDP is 0.43%. In terms of value in relation to the country's economy, the equivalent amount in the US would be $86 billion. I watched a documentary some time ago that basically revealed that a lot of the major banks throughout the world have money being laundered through them all the time with very little filtration, from the cartels to the terrorist organizations and everything else in between. The world is one big ball of corruption, but I guess that's nothing new. Nothing will happen so as long as Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, etc. keep donating money to politicians. The revolving door makes sure that these things go unpunished. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.